When you think of big cats, one sound stands out, and that's the roar. The thunderous call of a lion or tiger can travel for miles. But here's the surprising part. Not all big cats can roar, and none of them can purr like your house cat. So what separates a roaring cat from a non-roaring one? The answer doesn't lie in size or strength, but in something more anatomical, but surprisingly simple. So today, we're going to explore the anatomy and physics that explains why some cats roar, others purr, and why no cat can do both. So without further ado, let's dive in. If you were to ask a group of people why a lion can roar and why a house cat can purr, one might point to size being a reason. But that idea falls apart when you acknowledge that both cheetahs and cougars are bigger cats, but they still can't make a roaring sound, yet can still purr like your house cat at home. So obviously the answer has nothing to do with size, but how each cat can produce sound. All mammalian animals, including humans, are able to produce vocal sounds through what's called a larynx, or sometimes called a voice box, which is an organ located in the anterior neck. It is a component of the respiratory tract, and it has several important functions, including phonation, the cough reflex, and protection of the lower respiratory tract. As air flows from the lungs, it enters the larynx. It causes the vocal cords to vibrate, and the pitch, volume, and quality of the sound depends on the length of the vocal cords, their mass and thickness, and how effectively sound energy moves through the vocal tract. A detailed anatomical study of the cat family examined these structures across both roaring and non-roaring species, revealing a dramatic and consistent difference. For this topic, I will be using a study from 1989 called The Larynx of Roaring and Non-Roaring Cats, published by the Journal of Anatomy. From here, we can conduct a proper analysis of both roaring and non-roaring cats. Let's start with the roaring cats, or the Panthera genus, which includes true roaring cats, such as lions, tigers, jaguars, and leopards. Anatomically, these cats share a unique feature. It was found that in all species of genus Panthera, with the exception of the snow leopard, can be distinguished from non-roaring cats by a large pad of fibroelastic tissue that forms the front portion of their very large, undivided vocal folds. This pad dramatically increases the mass of the vocal folds, as heavier vocal folds vibrate more slowly, producing low-frequency sounds with extremely high acoustic energy, or what you could call a roar. Think of the biomechanics of a roaring cat's vocal system as a brass instrument. The vocal folds act like a trumpet mouthpiece. The throat and pharynx form a resonating tube. The wide open mouth functions like a bell, effectively projecting sound into the environment. This configuration allows roaring cats to transfer sound energy incredibly efficiently, producing a call that's not just loud, but far carrying and intimidating. Now let's talk about the non-roaring cats, which includes cheetahs, cougars, lynxes, clouded leopards, and even house cats. These cats have thinner, sharper-edged vocal folds, often divided into distinct sections. This structure allows for continuous controlled vibration, even as the animal breathes in and out. That continuous vibration is the key to purring. Purring is not loud, but it is stable, precise, and energetically efficient, perfect for close communication, bonding, and self-soothing. So based on the study, the narrative can be broken down to a Panthera cat being able to roar but can't purr, and a Felis cat being able to purr but can't roar. However, there is one exception. The snow leopard is one of the most fascinating cases, as it has a flexible hyoid apparatus, once thought to be a defining feature of a roaring cat. But despite this, the snow leopard cannot roar. That's because it lacks the fibroelastic pad that gives Panthera cats their massive vocal folds. This proves a critical point. Roaring depends on vocal fold structure, not just throat flexibility or body size. Roaring cats evolve vocal systems optimized for territorial dominance, long-distance communication, and acoustic intimidation, while non-roaring cats evolve systems optimized for continuous sound production, social bonding, and precision and control. The anatomy that enables roaring physically prevents true purring, and vice versa. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And please comment down below what type of video you would like to see next. Thank you for tuning in and stay blessed.